Welcome to Degreez of Separation, a podcast where we journey to learn how we are connected and who we are connected to.
It gives us at least a glimpse of how connected we all are.
From entrepreneurs and small business owners to difference makers and thought leaders throughout our communities. This is Degreez of Separation with Joshua Peacock and Daryl DJ Sales.
Hey, what it is, what it do, man. We back up in this thing one more time, man. We got a special one. We got a returning guest. We got a resident of Degreez of Separation back with us again, man. But, you know, I'm your host, Elder Joshua Peacock.
And your boy, Daryl DJ Sales.
Like I said, man, we got a special guest, man. None other than my mother. You know what I'm saying? I got my brother here, but we got different mothers, so we brothers from another mother, so I got my mother here, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you keep on that, but, you know what I mean? But none other than my mother, the one who birthed me, you know what I'm saying? Her third child, her best child, her favorite child, but it ain't about me, it's about her. Minister Veronica, I'm going to say Veronica, Minister Vicky Gator. The crowd goes, wow.
OG triple.
OG triple.
Hello.
Yeah, you're a resident. You're officially a resident. You know what I'm saying? You're back again. It's your second time on. So you should be familiar with us here at Degreez of Separation. And if everybody want to go hear about, I think it was a pretty good interview that first time. It was Mother's Day. Was it 2 years ago? A couple years ago? Mother's Day?
About 2 years.
What was that? About 2 years.
About
2 Mother's
2 years
Days ago. Yeah. Yeah, not last Mother's Day, but the one before that. So,
previous.
yeah.
Good little bop.
Yeah. Yeah, a year and a half. So, yeah. I know this woman to be a avid traveler. Is that the right word? Avid? A frequent flyer. How many frequent flyer miles you got?
Not many now of COVID.
Oh,
They took them all away? How does that work?
It depends on what you use them and stuff. So
Really,
I don't have many because what happens is you acquire by miles, use your points, your mileage to fly free, buy different. I don't have many now. So
what's the most
I
you've
just
had at one time?
I had enough for me around trip. So daddy also I took dad for a round trip.
Round trip to where?
We went to
You have to
Bahamas. We went to Bahamas.
Oh, so you didn't have that
trip.
means what you're saying.
Yeah, so no, I don't have much like frequent because it's not much, but it's some.
Oh, you got more than me. I got 0. You know what I mean?
so like they pretty much incentivize you traveling. Like, hey, you know, they promote it. Like, hey, keep traveling.
Yeah, more points you get, so therefore you have more to use. So say if I was some points, that might get me a round trip ticket to somewhere, you know. So it depends on if you have a credit card as well. The points can go toward so different things. So it's not just the flying. You can actually purchase your ticket, purchase different whatever you want. Last time I traveled with Emirates, so you can use it for purchasing different things through Emirates .com. It's a lot of things you can do with it and travel.
All right, let's start from the beginning. You've been traveling all your life pretty much, right?
First international I was 10. Went to the Bahamas with my sister. yeah, and I'm what 60 now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
My dude's 60. And so you've been flying well, not flying, but traveling, not constantly, but, 50 years of
Yeah.
traveling, you know what I mean? Just been, international flight, man. It's grown folks who've never been anywhere international. It's grown folks who
Fact,
ain't never been on a plane. As a matter of fact,
facts.
my wife, she's never been on a plane.
I ain't
Really?
never been on
Yep.
one,
And DJ
Wow.
never been.
You gonna cry
and
when you get to
drive.
Yeah, he does a
I
different type
drive
of travel.
all the time. I have driven all the way to California, to New York, and I have never flown.
So
oh
DJ, how
when you
many
fly.
how many how many states you done seen, DJ?
I think that and I'm actually looking to knock off a couple more. Um, I think that I haven't been to maybe 10. I haven't been to like Connecticut. I haven't been to Vermont. I haven't been to Maine, Rhode Island. Because once you get up in that area,
You know,
it's like it's like the commerce there is like, truck driving there is like you really got to pay me a lot of money to go because there's nothing coming out really.
Okay.
But that those are a couple of ones. I
Of
haven't
course,
been to
Hawaii and
Washington
Alaska.
yet, way out west.
Oregon,
Hawaii, Alaska. I haven't been to Oregon. Yep, I haven't been to Oregon.
Utah,
Mhm.
Wyoming, all those north.
I've been to Wyoming. I've been to Wyoming. I've
Oh
been
yeah.
to Utah. Yes,
Okay.
Wyoming is one of my favorite states.
Wow. I
It's
know
just
it's beautiful with the mountains.
yep, yep. It's just flat. I wouldn't go out there now though. Right now, I think in Colorado, if I'm not mistaken, they're training up. So I'm like, yeah, I ain't going that way. Why
The
toward
mountains.
that way? Why? Uh huh.
Wow.
I think
Yep.
Wyoming might
Now
be the
when
most forgettable state in the union in the whole country.
He said it was forgettable.
not many people there, it's just open land.
Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah,
So when you go, I know you drive trucks, right? Different
yeah,
areas.
yeah.
Do you just do you do anything there? Or you just go through it.
I just go through it, but like I don't have to. I could like if I don't have a load on me, I could be like, hey, could I kind of just like chill
Explore.
here for a couple of days, and they'll be like, yeah, for sure. And um, I want to say in Nevada, and places that are close to Nevada, like a lot of those truck stops have hotels and like casinos, and they're huge. So I was looking at it like this is crazy, bro. Like you just walked into a truck stop that looks just like a hotel. It's big,
Yeah.
Right.
casino, all
Wow.
type of stuff. Yep, yep, and it's legitimate. It's not no rundown, lot lizard infested hotel.
All right. So MG, just just tell us every place that you've ever been, if you can remember, just traveling, and then we'll get to the big one that you
Places
just had.
actually. It's not many places I just frequent. Different, Bahamas, of course, cause family. The international. DR.
Dominican
Yeah,
Republic.
yeah. Jamaica, Aruba, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, um, um, up in that area, Cabo San Lucas. That's and then Africa. That's
Africa.
about it internationally, and then pretty much I'm like with I've been to Florida from because I'm here, Georgia, South Carolina, Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Minnesota, Ohio, Kentucky, uh,
Nevada.
Alabama, New Orleans, Texas, Nevada, Colorado, California.
I hate that place.
What?
I hate
California?
that place. Yes,
Oh,
I hate that place.
depends on where
You
you go.
exclude, hey man, you exclude some of our listeners, man. You isolate all your listeners, man. I
Do
love
what?
California. I love
I hate
California.
that
I ain't
place.
never been, but I love California. I don't want to isolate none of our listeners that's possibly out there.
No, the people are all right. The state and the laws and the
Oh
municipals,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah, 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 yeah.
The only
You
person
know
worse than
what?
that is Greg Abbott in Texas.
It's
For real.
I thought when I went to California, um, San Francisco when I went, they say it's kind of dirty now because they got a lot of homeless people there.
Homeless people.
I thought
Hmm.
California was the special San Francisco. I was really enormed with that. It was clean. Only thing with the price was high because
Yep.
the first time I went there was like in like say 2000 and flew into Oakland and then went to Dublin. Um, then in 18,000 a year, but a dozen of eggs that blew me away. In
Dozen eggs was
2010,
what?
$5,
Jeez.
$5 a dozen. um
And that was in 2010.
2010. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yes. I was like, I watched because my nephew played NFL football. So I used to, be different places. I couldn't believe it, So I remember that going to Sacramento, just looked just like Ocala, just like LA was kind of dirty. It was Santa Monica, Santa Monica.
Santa Monica.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And she said she ain't been to that many places. He just named like she's named like 30 states, bro. And said I ain't been in like 10 international places, but she ain't been no man, come on, man. She's a traveler, she's an avid traveler. Um just recently got back from Africa and so you was in Africa and also how much time did you spend over in what's the other one?
Dubai was just like
Dubai.
a layover. So
Okay.
I was there, just maybe because I
Well, you got we missing a few words, so you got to maybe talk a little
oh,
slower so we can
okay, I'm
keep
sorry.
up.
I was
No, that's
just
all right.
Dubai was just, but the plane was full, so I stayed there maybe another 10. There probably like 20 hours, almost 24 hours. Um,
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to go out because I was kind of frustrated being left in the.
Jeez.
So I needed to get a rest because the airfare, but the flight was 14 and a half hours. So I was pretty tired when I got there, and so I wasn't there long. But the book 2 weeks in Africa, it was really nice. So
So what's
y'all
the
got.
biggest takeaway that you got from going to Africa? What was your experience? Your biggest experience?
I wanted to see where we come from. Um, only bad thing I don't like about, because I didn't get to really interact with the people per se. This trip was, I was on a safari most of the time. I was I was in the safari probably uh 5 days,
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
and it was a lot of like 7 hours to get one, 7 hours to get to another place. So with the people that were in my group more so than the people.
Uh-huh.
Ah. So did when you was there like like, man, this is really where my people come from? Like, how did that feel to be on the motherland, as they say?
It felt good. I was in they call it, they say Tanzania. So that was on the eastern side of Africa, on the so they had slave trade there, but they were pretty much handled by the Arabs.
Right.
So it was a little different
Mm-hmm.
because we were on the like the Ivory Coast,
Yeah.
the western
What?
side on the,
Mm-hmm.
and so it the company that I did travel with, they do have go to, so that I think I probably would have been a little bit more enamored with the history for
Uh-huh.
me, because that's what we do a DNA. So I do have like a little um Guyanese, I call it that, in me. So but it was a little different, but it's um just seeing the people, seeing so many people my color, and seeing them, you know, whereas, we might be the minority here, a
Right.
country to see, the black people flourish, you know,
Right.
maybe in their, and what they're doing. But man, these people poor when they're not poor at all. I believe they're really rich. They're really rich.
Right. Right. Well, that's the richest continent on the country in the world, actually, because every um, country goes there and robs the resources from them and go like America don't have many natural resources. We have a few, but none like uh, Africa. Uh, no other continent has as many resources as Africa. Everybody goes to Africa and rob them of their resources and don't uh, pay for it or give back, and do fair trade. They just go in
That's
there
some
and do.
blessed land.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
So, I I look at that and stuff, and I look at how when we was on the safari, the guide was, give us a little history of different things, and and what was going on and stuff like that. And I get and how say this, how the white man just come in and just, number one, kill up all the animals, because they most of their in Tanzania is like, and animals. So it's most of the bulk of their country is land mass for the animals. And I just see how the people to come in, stop them poaching against the animals, and how they come, how people doing now, go buy up the land and take it from the black people who actually own it, or like you say, go and rob them of their natural resources, leave them destitute. When they could have been, the people could have been rich. It's I feel for our people, still our people. Um, but I think a lot of them are fighting back, just like we are here now. They're not letting people just use them up, use their land. So, but I like it. I love it. I love it. I'm going again. And I'm playing. So it's gonna be totally different. And I'm trying.
So you going again, but you're planning like a different experience for you.
Yes, it's gonna be Egypt this time.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Egypt.
That's gonna be trippy, like driving. I've seen videos, people driving and seeing the pyramids, like just not even on the horizon, just but because it ain't no horizon for no pyramid, they just there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like you see people driving, and it's like the pyramids are so enormous. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's just this is something that they see every day. You know what I mean? It's just a common thing to them now. You know what I mean? And people come from all over the world to see these pyramids that the
History,
aliens built. Nah,
that.
You said it earlier.
I was just
No,
joking.
I'm looking at it because I'm looking forward to that because I want trying to relate things with the Bible.
Right.
But I believe that the Hebrew people built that because they even have the tombs and stuff that we know that they built. So I'm going to look. I go somewhere. I try to, connect with God and the people. I might travel, but I try to incorporate. You know, I don't force it on people, but try to leave a seed.
Right. Right.
You're gonna also find out when you get up close to those pyramids, you can find out what they're, or I don't know if like guys would be able to tell you what they have like coated on them or what they're made out of, and like uh uh they may say, because I don't know, when they say, hey, these pyramids were built, and I'm not gonna say it with Peacock, I promise. But they'll say, when these pyramids are built, oh, they were built for burial, and it's like, not only that, because the outside of it is coated, so it's like it's coated with I forget what it is, but it's like an electrical conductor, and like the pyramids is kind of used for like harnessing like the vibration of sound and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
Oh boy, so you already did your studies on that. So I haven't. I do. I love to hear about it. So when I come back, what you learn and then what these people said, that's
Yeah.
lying, right?
Yes.
So,
So how many?
on this
Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead. Go ahead.
still gonna be going down. We're gonna take a cruise down the Nile River, and then stops to the pyramids. And as soon as I saw this other thing, I thought about Joshua.
You thought about me or the book? The
Yeah,
book. The,
I thought about you because you always was talking about that. You know,
what part?
the obelisk. Am I
Oh, the obelisk. Yeah.
saying it
Yes.
correctly?
Yes. Yeah. The obelisk.
Obelisk. You didn't
Yeah.
finish building.
The phallic symbol.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, but traveling is nice. I love to learn the history of
So how many different like we're talking about the pyramids stuff, how many like different like monuments have you seen, famous monuments have you seen in your travels?
depends on what you mean. I have seven wonders. Grand
Not
is that
not
a seven
necessarily
wonder
wonders of the world. Not necessarily wonders of the world, but just like different
monument?
like monuments. Like you're gonna be going down the Nile, you know what I mean? You could try to find out where they put Moses in at. You know what I'm saying?
What
You
yeah,
wildin', man. No, the
yeah.
Nile got gators?
Yeah, they got crocodiles.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Um, and I did see in Tanzania. Um, but I was gonna look on the ocean is still there. So you have to look at where Goshen is compared.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah. 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 It'd be cool to see
Oh,
where, see
Goshen,
how close, see how
it's
close
still a
everything.
city?
huh?
Goshen is still a,
That's what it.
is it still named, is it still named a city or is it a different name now?
I, I think I heard this.
Okay.
I have to look and see.
And then
So,
you can there's like when you go, like I said, you could try to see because they just found Jesus throwback jersey. You know what I'm saying? They had Jesus
Oh,
throwback. He saw this
you
big
know
old
how
huge
I felt
shirt.
about
Talking
that.
about they found Jesus shirt that he was supposedly crucified in and all this other stuff. This thing is huge. Jesus had to be a
what you serious?
7XL. Yeah,
I,
these people are a joke, man. Jesus was like they tripping, man. This thing was huge, man.
He said 7XL. I
But
looked at them people like, y'all stay with this stuff, man. Y'all got Peter's bones, and I got a couple of places on my bucket list too, and the Vatican is one. Egypt is another. But them people say they sit up here and got Peter's bones under a sepulcher or
the
whatever, and
Basilica.
under Saint Peter's Basilica, and y'all got Jesus jersey. Y'all got the nail that he was crucified with. I'm like,
Jesus jersey,
come on, man.
Jesus jersey. Hey, I'm gonna make me a clothes line called Jesus jerseys, man.
Facts.
I
I'm
like
like,
that.
come
That's kind
on,
of cute.
man.
Jesus jersey. He said they got Jesus jersey.
They got all this stuff, man. Come on, man. Y'all, come
Yeah, I
on,
think
man.
with traveling, man, we are so limited to our uh whatever square miles that we frequent, and that's
Yeah,
all we see. But the world is so vast. I mean, how
Mhm.
has it shaped your perspective with your traveling? What's your perspective now?
right.
You know what? Mostly, I want to learn the history of that where I go. You know, and like, over into like the motherland, maybe Israel or things. I want to learn as much history, but I want to connect most of it. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I'm always looking, you know, Jesus and everything, and definitely when I'm going over there, I'm trying to connect, you know, what the Bible said about this here, going down the Nile River. Egypt, when you say Egypt in the Bible, and then what you got Ethiopia in the Bible, but they say ask. We think about this one little area,
Right,
but it's vast.
Yeah,
And then he said Egypt when they had the plagues, he didn't say just one town.
right, right,
It's huge. It's
right. And
huge.
then you got Asia Minor and all that stuff.
yeah,
That the Bible covers a vast part of a
Greece,
vast land. It's yeah,
yes,
Rome. I'm talking about,
yes,
yep,
you know, you know, you like Asia
yep,
that you talking about down in Rome, Italy, Italy.
all that stuff is still preserved. All that history is still preserved over there. A lot of it.
Hmm.
Like they still got the Garden of Gethsemane over there.
yep.
They
Yes.
got they
They
got
they got
all the
Megiddo,
mountains.
the
Yep.
Valley of Megiddo over there. They had the place where the trash used to burn, Gehenna, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look like it no more. It looks beautiful over there now. Yep,
Wow.
yep.
So, in my travels, I always try to find something, some kind of historical, history. That's my first time over in that area, so it's going to be the history. That's where I believe that we all were created. First and first woman, and then we disperse, but and then so we have the genealogy or the people that come who have lost so much history because of enslavement. So I think a lot of was lost, but a lot of the history is preserved over there. Looking forward to going over there and learning more.
Right, right. So what's the for all the people that want to travel? What's the best way to get started? You believe?
Do it. Really, if you think you can't afford it, I think start small, start local. Hey, start in the city, doing like parks and different things. If you can't afford anything, county, find out something. You know, I think every city, every state have something that you can do. So start small, your way up. Um, like you guys doing. Hey, go to our trips. If you can't do that, do stuff in the state. There's so many things you can do that a lot of people think they can afford. That's free. Um, um, if you can't afford, it's a lot of people that you can make. Say if you got this big place you want to go, a lot of people make and go to different places. It's cheaper than you think it is. It's higher now, but I think
Right,
it's worth it.
right,
Some people I go to learn. A lot of people go, to travel and they say it's a vacation. It's not really a vacation. You're going running, ripping, running. You're doing this here. You're on a roller coaster. And you haven't learned anything about the place you've been.
Right,
You haven't
right,
encountered any of the people.
right,
right.
So I travel differently. I want to learn about the place I go, interact with the people.
right.
I,
So
I,
that
I go ahead, G.
no, I was gonna say so your main motive, or I wouldn't say motive, your main desire for traveling is simply just to learn about the different places, the history, and also like facts surrounding it.
Exactly. That's I just love to find out about that. So I'm not knocking anybody who goes and they have fun.
Hmm.
It's what they want to do. But me, I love I go like I say I went to Aruba. Go to when I went to DR Dominican Republic, and I say, well, how big? And different thing. The
Say
people like,
what?
huh?
Say that
I,
back.
how big is your population? What is
Yeah.
this? I ask those kind of questions to the locals. And I'm like, you don't know how big your island is, you know?
That's because they
Um,
share it with Haiti and they don't want to claim Haiti.
Mhm.
Same island,
Espanol,
different people.
Espanol,
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess you could call me a nerd. So I travel differently. I want love to see the different, um, just even here, like you're a truck driver from Florida to um to Texas, then look at the different trucks creation. Man, you be like, oh my God, you going. I remember going to Arkansas, coming from Florida, which is sandy,
Yep.
and then we went up into Arkansas, and I just saw the soil. This is me, and
Yep.
it was so black. Like, my God, I've never seen sand.
Yep.
It's not sand, but the soil was black. Or and then going over into to see the clay, then seeing the mountains and how the terrain just from state to state.
Right. Right. Yep. That's
That's
like one of
pretty
my
cool.
favorite. That's like one of my favorite things to see. From going like coast to coast, like Arizona, and like when I went to Cali and go through Texas, you go through Arizona and New Mexico, and you start being, you're able to tell, like, yeah, this it's a completely different culture. You start seeing teepees and you start seeing teepees and moccasin salesmen and taco vendors all over the place. You like, what? Yeah,
So
the culture. Yeah.
do you guys think that the terrain influences the culture, or do you think like the atmosphere of the land influences the culture?
I believe it do or does, because we are because it's you've seen the Indians. I really haven't been that far or to look at them, but it makes a difference because if you're more dependent on water and different things, like how far are you away from Wyoming? How far is it
Right,
from cities, from the next gas
right,
station? How far is it from the
right.
so the area makes a big difference on
Yeah,
on how you live. And if you're in Wyoming and you it takes you 200 miles, exaggerating, 200 miles to get to your next town, pop up. So it's gonna make a big
Right.
difference on how you live.
You're gonna have a farm. You're gonna be on the farm.
right.
So
Also,
yeah.
what I wanted to say was, like I guess the Nile overflowing, like that influenced the Egyptian culture, or the I say Egyptian, but I guess the culture of the surrounding areas, who were able to actually witness, that now flooding, and um they got a god. Her name is Anket, I think. Anket. She's like the god of, like, the goddess, rather, the goddess of the Niles, and fun fact about her brothers are called the Anakim,
Uh,
and they're giants, just like
okay.
in the Bible, but that's a whole other story. Anywho, yes, and that influenced their culture. Like they saw that as a blessing. So yeah, I do think that the culture is influenced by the terrain. Facts.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
while you were saying it, that's how they got a lot of gods. You remember how even here, they have their different gods, and they did stuff for the rain, the dancing and to their different gods. So how you saying the the flooding or
you wanna
different deities. You go ahead. Hello.
Yeah. I think he might have froze up for a second, but yeah, like even Yahweh, God of the Bible,
you
he
coming in a
has
little
name.
choppy. You coming in a little choppy.
Okay, I think you have froze up, bro. But
Yeah.
even Yahweh has he's attributed to different That's why before he came to them as Yahweh in
Was it me,
Deuteronomy,
Peacock?
not Deuteronomy. Yeah, I think so. Um, in the book of is that Deuteronomy? No, Numbers. In the book of Numbers, before he came to them, uh, is that Numbers?
He came to Yahweh in
Deuteronomy 3:16.
that's Genesis.
No, no. When he said, "My name is
No,
Yahweh,"
Exodus. Exodus.
Exodus. Thank you. I know. Yes, Exodus 3:16. It's been a little while since I studied that, but when he came to them, uh, and he says, "Look, what shall I say? My name is." He says, "You shall tell them, my name is." He says, "I am that I am." He says, "My name is Yahweh. My name is the Lord." But before that, he was known as different things to them. I mean, they didn't. Yeah, El Shaddai, and he had different. Different. They attributed different things to him. So once he came to them on a personal note, that's when they knew his name as Yahweh. But we can see that throughout history that whatever the people experience, that's what they'll attribute to that God. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I put the phone on charge. So
Okay. We ain't gonna be too much longer. We know you got to go back to sleep. you know, but
that's the
um,
question.
time traveling with the idea of going to these different places, seeing different cultures, seeing different terrain. Have you? I'm pretty sure you've been to places to where I remember when I first went to the Bahamas. The only time I went to the Bahamas as a 13-year-old. I get off the plane. I'm like, this is it. This look just like where I'm from. And then I got to the more exotic places, the beaches and clear waters, and I saw all of that stuff that is commercialized. But when I first got off the plane and we was riding to family house, I'm like, this ain't nothing special, man. We just did all this. This ain't nothing special. With that being said, have you seen different time periods in your travel?
Yeah, you see different time periods, right? And right here in right here. Um, um, I I think, remember I was telling you about the um the hole in the where you go potty.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh Lord.
that was that was backwards for me. Um, to actually have to squat and no toilet because everyone you go into has like a bidet, but it's a software. So, but just to have to squat to use the rest toilet seat,
Well, that's the way it's
that was
supposed to be.
it was kind of like time travel for me. But they had that
Right.
in Dubai, the biggest one of the big. That's just the culture though.
Right.
That's the culture because the biggest area you got a hole in the floor where you have to squat. Um, that and tote the water. That's I think it's still here in America where
Oh, so you've seen the
how they
women put the stick
yeah
across their back and had the 2 barrels of water walking like that
I didn't see the stick, but they were toting water, different things on the head.
on the head.
Two, you know what? They're seeing the two little herding the cattle,
2 men, you
and they're
said?
9-year-old. That's what
Two,
I'm assuming. They were
about
they're,
9 years.
they're young kids with a stick, but like a long stick, and
Yeah.
had on their tribal garb, and herding because they're whatever you call it, they have cattle.
Herdsman.
So herdsmen, and to see that, you got a major highway and got their cattle crossing the thing with their sticks and stuff. To see, like I said, the women, you see it with the kids on the back walking,
right,
and different things, toting water, toting different things, going to the well. It's like time travel. The clay huts, the houses.
wow.
Yeah, they make their houses that right now.
You saw all of that?
6, yes.
Oh,
I stayed in one.
Well, so let me ask you: was it? I know you went during the
it was
time where it
summer.
wasn't blazing hot. Was it? Can you tell the temperature? Like, did it hold the temperature out, like when you was in it?
Oh yeah, like I said, I was under the equator, so therefore, so it was like 64 to 80 something for them there.
No central
It
AC.
wasn't. No, well, it was different. Yeah, I was in a mud.
Boy, they tried to give you the
And I
real
just
experience.
mosquito nets. Um. So, but it was modernized inside. It was on
Had a
general.
flat screen TV up there. You know what I mean? Couple of PlayStations. You know what I mean?
When we were traveling, what got us was so they had a garage made out of sticks. They had the car parked, and it was just sticks with a thatched roof. Look, that's a garage.
That thing like an overhang, a carport.
It was the garage. It was made in like palm leaves up top or whatever they made. I was like, we had it all locked up and all. That was a car. They had a car.
They had it locked up with the big
With
bad wolf coming huff and puff and blow the garage down. But
Yep.
really though, that seems like a more simple way of living. You know?
Yeah, they, they, like you were just the environment. They may do. I could tell that the people I saw, they were selling charcoal. So you saw these little bitty motorcycles and piles and piles and piles of, I mean, a charcoal bag like 6 feet wide on this motorcycle, and they're going down the road with this motorcycle with all this charcoal. So they're making their living.
Right.
Or they'll be, taking water and different things like that. So it was I love it just to see that kind of stuff. So
Right. Really, man. I mean, like I said, that seems like a more simple way of living. But then when you get those type people that come from meager um, ways of living, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
simplistic ways of living, and they come over to America, they like, man, y'all, this what y'all complaining about? They come over here and they make a killing. They come over here and they boom, because that discrepancy between the way that they live there and then they come here, you know what I mean? Somebody that might be in our position or even lower over here, they are filthy rich if they go back home with that. You know what I mean? So they take advantage of the opportunity that's given to them. But we grow up and we are the poorest people here are, could be some of the richest people in some of the places in Africa.
So we
I,
spoiled.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I was trying to do
Cause, cause
the
the
conversion,
math on the yeah.
but I can't remember what it
What
was.
what's the what was the currency called over there?
It was called shillings,
Okay.
like the shillings.
What were they
Oh,
made out?
it's paper.
Oh, it sound like dollar or quarter dollars or dollar coins.
Shillings. Yeah. Now see that now it's Bahamian, and they were once owned by the um. So Dad and them had shillings. I remember when I first
Okay.
went there, they had a 15 triangle.
A 15 what?
It was it was
A,
called
a
15
triangle.
cents. It was worth 15 cents, and it was a triangle coin. And so they had the shit things like that. So I even heard
There
Dad
are
come, oh, shillings.
there are 569 shillings to a dollar.
Okay, but
Boy, you go over there and boom.
That's Kenyan dollars.
okay, so this was Tanzania. It was like when we did our money when we exchange, um it was like 2,300 shillings per dollar.
Yeah, it's
So
0.00043 United States dollars for one shilling.
That's
so
crazy.
it took so say for $1, I had like say 10,000 shillings, and that was like 10,000 shillings was like $4 or $5.
Yeah, it's about a thousand shillings to a dollar, something like that.
But what? So what? But it kind of like pans out or works. It works out when you're over there. Like I'm just. I guess I'm just trying to see. If you were to buy things over there, like I'm sure they're priced to where $4 won't cause you to be like a thousandaire. Over there.
A thousandaire.
When you
Like
take
you
our,
like.
when you take our money over there, you because I work with people that go to like Colombia and stuff like that, and I know people that would send money to their family in Colombia, and like $800 over there is you're rich over there. You're like king of the city if you got that much money. It was a guy I worked with. He used to send his mom $800 every time he got paid to make sure that she was good. And I know people that go over and they go over there a lot. And they say, man, when they go, they good. They don't want for nothing. Like they're yeah.
Yeah, that's mostly anywhere. But you know what? The American dollar is in value. It
The
is
American dollar
losing
is
value.
trash. It's trash.
It is losing value. I tell you, when I know where you're going to, especially money wise, especially when if you're in the bush, you definitely got to have the money because
You're gonna get scammed.
it's not they ain't gonna want it.
Rob you.
They don't want no dollar. If you weigh out 7 hours out like we traveled out, and like a Subway, you don't have McDonald's, they to spend because it's like no value to them.
Right.
I'm glad that I did exchange, but I could have exchanged more. Like, because usually I use my credit cards a lot, but on this here trip, you definitely need their money. Otherwise,
Right.
you would have been hungry.
Yeah.
So,
Be out there trying, be out there with the lions and the hyenas, and they're trying to chase you some food.
Wow.
and when I got back into the city, they didn't want any American money. This was the money older than 2012.
Wow.
Torn, they didn't want it.
Wow. What's the reason behind the old money?
I don't know. I don't have the slightest idea. But they were like they they I had a I had a because I travel.
Yeah,
Make sure I
stack
be
card. Had that
money.
knot. She had that knot.
Ah,
I
Had
had
the money
I had
phone.
I separated it according to how I travel. So ones, 20s, and so I was going through it, and I was even they didn't want the tip if it was. They did not want the
wow.
tip if it was torn or if it wasn't older than
They didn't even want the
American money.
tip. That's crazy. This was MG when she was over there. She had that stack. This is how she was looking.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
hey, now I did travel when it was most of the people there was medical. We had a
Okay.
doctor, like um uh maybe 5 nurses, medical imaging. Then you had a lawyer. Now these black people. That doctor pulled out that stack. Now she had a stack. What you just showed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how she was.
I'm
That's
like,
funny.
dang. And then that was we was in Dar es Salaam. Yeah, like we was in Dar es Salaam, and so we had the guy. He was taking things, and she pulled out the stack, and the guy reached back there, and he like I was like, man,
He like he was gonna tell you.
playing with her. She said, "Don't play with me like that." Hey, see, I might be a doctor, but I'll beat you down.
Yeah, say, hey, you gonna be left in Africa. That's where they got to come get you from.
You got to be. You have to be ready.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Definitely, if
supposed
you
to tell you
travel
back out. We pull that
overseas,
knot out.
you got to be prepared with paper money. You got to be prepared with you got to. I would advise anybody to take travel insurance out, even if definitely there. Take out travel insurance because
So what is travel insurance for everybody that's from?
okay, it's gonna cover um delays, luggage, health, death. It's say if you have to be in a hospital over there, if you have to be evacuated real quick, it'll cover that.
Wow.
It covers a lot of things. Going abroad, I don't, definitely take out, even if it's minor insurance, and make sure you have know where the embassy is. Always know where
Right,
it is. So
right.
So
Those are
when
good
you take
tips.
out this insurance, is it like one time, like just for
it's
this
just for
trip?
it's just for that trip. If you don't, you lose it. Just like any insurance, but I would especially going far away without it.
we're about to have an insurance person on in the next few weeks. Discuss all the different insurances because everybody just know life insurance. That's all they know.
Hmm.
A lot of people are car insurance, mortgage
Homeowner.
insurance. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about all the other insurances. So we're gonna have somebody on here to explain those things. But MG man, we appreciate you. You sharing your experiences with us with traveling. Hopefully, it has somebody excited to travel, and they have information about how to travel. Um, if you would like to have another word, closing, let everybody know. You want to give them some
You know,
advice or whatever.
if you think you want to travel, just like I say, start and then just expand um as you go. It might be around the corner to a park. Might be to you know do something. Learn.
Mhm.
But a lot of people travel and say, "I've been here, I've been here, I've been here." Experience the culture or the people.
Right.
So when you travel the culture, learn something about it. Come back with something instead of alcohol infested, you, you know, or shaking the booty because
Hey,
that's what you see now.
Dog, hey.
That's it, and you know, and didn't learn nothing about the place they went.
right,
It's just
right.
it's like dropping names, status,
That's what a ringtone. That
huh?
was a nice ringtone.
That
Made me
was
want to shake my booty.
yeah.
Don't mind me. I just like to go off every once in a while. But yeah, that's dope, man.
That's
We appreciate you for your time. You talking about you ain't want to talk an hour. We over 1 hour already. Look at that. That's what happens when we
yeah.
have good
Stay on
conversation.
charge. I was talking
DJ,
looking
what's
at
up?
Michelle's back.
Oh, oh, our battery. Yeah.
Go ahead on.
DJ,
I
what
enjoyed
up?
you guys.
Well, we enjoyed you. You know what I mean? We're going to have you might be a more frequent. You know what I mean? We can talk about some
Frequent
of
I
these.
flyer.
definitely want to
We're gonna
what I
branch
want to
out.
do when I go to Egypt. I definitely got to come back because I want to share what I learned and then with the preacher man over there.
Yes, ma'am. You're not Elder Peacock, by the way, bro. You came
What
back
you say?
in. You came
Oh,
back in. Yeah, you're not me. You came back in and didn't change it up, man.
I got to change the name so that I could
You
point
got
at it. You
to
know what
change
I mean?
the name, bro.
I can't get to it.
Let me see if I got you, man.
I got it. Damn,
You
DJ
got it?
Singer.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, man. So, yeah. We about to branch out. We about to, we got some things down the pipeline. We're gonna be splitting up. We're gonna have some more shows coming on. So when we talk about biblical worldview, we'd like to have you on and chop it up with us.
So I'm going to try to learn some more each place I go.
All righty. Yes, ma'am. DJ. There you go. Daryl DJ Sales. For a second, I thought I was in the multiverse, man. There was another version of me or something. But we good. We got the multiverse.
Yes, and you can what you mean, drop the handles and things of that?
Yeah.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook at Daryl Sales, DARYLLE. Last name Sales is in salesman, SALES. And also on Instagram, Daryl DJ Sales, just like my name at the bottom. Let's see, boom, right there. Just like my
I've been practicing.
and you see, I had that snuck in there like, wow, man. Yeah, and I definitely there's huge benefit in the traveling. You don't want to live in an echo chamber of just the same old. Expand your perspective. Expand your paradigm. Open up to new things, man. New food. My wife would tell y'all whenever I go somewhere, I be like, nah, bro. Let me tell you something. South Carolina got the best barbecue. I done ate it in Texas. I done ate it in I done ate it in Wisconsin. I done had it all over. I had pickle eggs in Maryland, and they was terrible. I got to have that South, that Southern. I don't know, the Southern, they do it better, but yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
Hey, um, Reverend C. Well, anyway, brother DJ, you
Yeah.
talk about barbecue. Um, just going into Alabama, and they call the ribs bones. Probably say, well, how many bones do you want? And I'm like, bones? What you mean ribs you want? So bones. And that was my first time experiencing
Experiencing
in
what?
Alabama. White barbecue. See, traveling, you learn different things. And you
Yes.
like experience white barbecue. Okay, go.
No, it's all good. Yeah, man. I did a little bit of traveling. You know what I'm saying? I've been a couple of places. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been where y'all been, but I've been a couple of places, experienced a couple of things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at one time I was out there that one place and I did that one thing, but we ain't going to talk about that. But, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can find us at Degreez of Separation on everything, man, on Facebook, Instagram, man, Degreez of Separation, DEGREEZ of Separation, man. Degreez of Separation,
Oh,
Separation. And then you can hit us up on Cash App if you want to help us out, man. You want to support the podcast at $NTELLECT1, Intellect One on Cash App. Man, stay with us, stay connected, get connected. Man, on our YouTube, you can find us at Degreez of Separation, all one word, on our YouTube and on all streaming platforms. Just follow us, man. Give us a review. Let's do a fair exchange. We give you good entertainment, good conversation. Give us a good rating, man. Let's blow this thing up, man. And we may be 1 or 2 degrees separated from each other, but when it comes to God, there should be 0 degrees of separation. And we out of here.
Degrees of separation, connecting to the source.